So, hello everyone to the opening ceremony of Beyond Blockchain Hashgraph Hackathon. Woo! Yay! Okay, I guess I won't be seeing your thumbs up emojis because I'm looking at the screen right now. And this is a hackathon that lasts between today, right, until next month 25th. And for tonight, I mean it's 9 p.m. here in Singapore, but joining us at this hour, right, we have Matt from Swolts Labs and Nico from the HBAR Foundation. But before I pass the mic to them, just a little quick introduction to what this hackathon is all about and why we're here this evening, right? Now, here's the agenda for tonight. We have a quick introduction to what the hackathon is all about, and Matt and Nico will introduce Swolts Labs and the HBAR Foundation respectively. I will then kind of go through with a few resources that will be immensely helpful to you, not just right now, but also throughout the entire hackathon. Finally, not finally, the prizes and judging criteria. Important thing if you're gunning for certain things. The submission rules, a quick introduction to the mentors, and finally, after this, we will have networking and also team formation. All right. So without further ado, right, all of you might be wondering, oh, what is this hackathon all about? So here are some of the themes that I'd like to share. Right. Now, Hedera is a distributed ledger technology, or DLT for short, right? And Hedera is all about the future, right? Sustainability and all forward-facing themes. And I invite all of you here, right? Not just all of you in this evening right here, but also the rest of you participants out there who might be watching this recording. I invite all of you to shape the future by building innovative solutions on Hedera, right? So I invite all of you together to build the future using the technology of the future as well. Right, now you might be wondering, okay, what's this Jackie on about, right? Like, what are the themes that he's talking about? So here are the three challenge statements for the hackathon, right? The first of it is sustainability. Now, for those of you who are new to the Hedera ecosystem, Hedera is all about sustainability, about greenness, right? And we invite you, the participants, to build sustainability-focused solutions for a greener, equitable, and transparent world, right? So this is the first theme, right? Now, the second theme is decentralized finance, or DeFi for short, right? And so under the DeFi track, right, we invite all of you to build financial service platforms with DLT technology, right? Trusted by major fintech companies around the world, right? So using this could be anything. This could be anything ranging from an exchange to a loan platform to anything finance related powered by DLT. This track is for you. Now, our final track is tokenize the future. Now, what could that be? Tokens, right? It's all about tokenizing things, right? It could be things, concepts, or basically anything under the sun, right? We turn the real into digital through asset tokenization, through some of the APIs available in Hedera, right? Think about how you can bring things in reality or the physical into the digital world, right? So that's what this track is all about. Now, with that quick introduction, I'm now going to pass the mic off to Matt and Nico, right, who will be sharing some material on their own. So let me just hop off first and invite Matt first to the stage.
Thanks, Jackie. Cheers for the intro and getting everybody started. That was a nice little segue into kind of the hackathon and what we're doing. So for anybody that hasn't sort of met me before or doesn't know who I am, my name is Matt. I'm the head of developer relations at Swirls Labs for Hedera. So Swirls Labs, and again, for anybody tremendously new to the ecosystem, Swirls Labs look after the product development and the marketing services for the Hedera network. And obviously have the pleasure of interfacing with our wonderful community that have supported us on this journey so far. For the developer relations team that I look after, we're based underneath the marketing department over here in Swirls Labs. And we basically have the remit of looking after the developer lifecycle. So anybody that's looking to find out about Hedera, looking to build on Hedera or learning how to build on Hedera, and to do that really successfully. And it's our sort of place to make sure that we support you through that journey and have the right programs and experiences in place to make sure that you are successful when you come over to the network. We all know that obviously Hedera has some great technology to build on, and already has some amazing success stories out there. Even this year, we've kind of blazed through so much good news, almost too much to cover, but we're doing fantastic work out there in the space right now with use cases like Atma.io. Even today, there was some news coming out from Red Swan around the tokenization of real estate, from MTech about the work they're doing with the Western African Monetary Institute. I desperately wanted a G in that acronym so we could have WAGMI as well, but it was some great news coming out. So that's just me in a nutshell, and the developer relations team in a nutshell as well. Jackie, did you want me to touch on, a little bit about why the hackathon and where that sits as well? Is that something you want me to cover right now?
Maybe in a bit, yeah.
Yeah, in a bit. So I'll let Nico jump in and give an intro to you.
Thanks, Matt. So hello, everyone. My name's Nico. So I lead ecosystem acceleration at the HBAR Foundation. I'll explain a little bit about myself, then about the HBAR Foundation. So a bit about me. I started my career in TradFi, but like you all, I couldn't resist the mysterious and largely unexplored world of Web3. I find it so exciting. It's like a new world, and we're building from the ground up. So it's like we've discovered a new country, and we're starting a new society. So I find it really, really exciting. And I often tell people that I've got the best job in the world. I get to speak to founders all day. I get to be part of their building journey. And whether that's on a one-to-one basis or a more amplified basis like this, I wake up every day and cannot wait to speak to founders to see what they're up to. So a bit about us, the HBAR Foundation. We exist to commercialize activity on the Hedera network, and we provide three types of help: funding, marketing support, and technical advice. We've given over 200 grants since we started about 18 months ago, and that amounts to more than 400 million US dollars. So we work with a wide range of grantees, from startups to large institutions, and even some of our governing council members, which you will have seen the likes of, Ubisoft, Google, Dell, IBM, a number of banks, and many more. And broadly, we have four funds that we kind of give grants from. So first of all, crypto economy. So think anything about tokenization, DeFi, DEXs, wallets, and staking. Secondly, consumer engagement, where loyalty is the backbone of this fund. And we also have many gaming dApps that take advantage of the Hedera lightning fast transactions. Fintech and payments, this is where traditional fintech intersects with Web3. And we're doing some really exciting work here with some big financial players and banks in the space. And finally, sustainability. So using Web3 to bring trust and transparency to global carbon markets and other sustainability related fields. So our strategy is simple. We want to empower as many people as we can to build on Hedera. And it's all tied back to education. So in this modern digital world, education has many faces, videos, static content, things like this, building and experimentation, and the list is endless. So we need to leverage all these types to build a vast and rich ecosystem. So that's a bit about me and a bit about the foundation. I'm going to talk a little bit about, in fact, maybe not, maybe I won't do it now, but I was going to speak about what's going to come after the hackathon, which will be the incubator. So maybe Tribe guys or AngelHack guys, do you think I should talk about this now or wait afterwards?
Yes, please.
Okay. Cool. So after this, we're going to be hosting an incubator. We're going to be taking 10 to 15 teams through an incubation program. So this is a really, really exciting opportunity to get some funding, and opportunities like this in the hackathon. It's a great opportunity to meet team members, to learn about not only technology, but all facets of running a business. And we've been, we've had an amazing time with Tribe. working through the curriculum, and you'll see things like, accounting, finance, mindset, psychology, strategy. So it really isn't just technical. It's really the broad skill set that you need to run a business. And I personally think it's such an amazing opportunity to get involved and to start building something, because you'll have access to, world-class mentors, extremely smart advisors, and some really, really top shelf content put together by the Tribe team. So that's all I'll say for now. We're going to have loads and loads more content about the incubator coming up. But I'm personally very, very excited about this hackathon, and can't wait to see what you guys come up with. So let's get excited.
Right, thank you, Nico. Thank you, Matt. So as mentioned, this entire hackathon is pretty exciting, right? Not just because of what we have in store, but also what's after that. And it's just not enough that we have a hackathon alone, right? Because you need to support all these teams, and there's so much potential that one can get, in these teams as they form, and then you kind of like groom them into amazing companies subsequently. So once again, those of you in the audience, right, if you want to take your idea or something, beyond just the hackathon, this is just the perfect hackathon for you, right? Yeah, I understand that there are some folks in the crowd that are, thinking about starting something, right? So take this as ground zero, find your team, find your tribe, boom, and then off we go. Okay, let me just continue my slides. Okay, so with that, here's a quick introduction to the resources that we'll have to support your journey throughout the hackathon. So folks, if you are kind of lost and you have no idea what to do, right, this segment is for you. Yeah. So here are some of the upcoming events, right, for the... So here are some of the upcoming events for the next month or so, right? I feel like I've done the animation, but it's not there. But it's okay. I was gonna like run you guys through the events one by one, but no worries. So on the 26th of May, here we are. Here's the opening ceremony. A few days later, next week, we'll have our very first code along workshop. For those of you who code but you're not familiar with whatever you can do with the DLT, right? We have our very first code along where we'll run you through the resources within, right? And then for the second workshop the next day, for those of you who are already kind of like used to coding, no worries. We'll run you through the navigation. We'll navigate through the documentation and kind of like help you all figure out what's the best way to go through the documentation, everything within, and then so that you're equipped, fully equipped. Now, if you guys are interested in starting companies after this hackathon, you shouldn't miss the one on the 1st of June. Now, by the way, if you think that there's a lot of events and you're afraid of keeping up, don't worry. We have a calendar thing that you can subscribe to later, which I'll show you. Okay, so don't worry. We'll run through the events together. I'll just introduce this to you, and then you can get synced up on your cal. Right now, on the 1st of June, right, this is quite important because we'll have a crash course on ideating Web3 startups. Meaning like we'll help you all like think about how you can come up with the next big thing, right, in Web3. And then a few days later, we'll have this is another thing that you might not want to miss: how to win a Web3 hackathon. Now, if you want to win, who doesn't, right? And you might want to come for this so that you're equipped with the skills for the future, right? Not just this, but future hackathons as well. On the 6th of June, we have the mentor office hours. So here we will connect all of you with your respective mentors, or actually it works like you can book a slot with your mentors and then you meet them, right? More details to be released in a bit, but basically we do expose you to the different folks in the Hedera ecosystem so that you get some mentorship. On the 14th of June, right, 2 weeks from now or so, more than 2 weeks, we will have a community get-together session, not unlike what we have today. just to hang out with people and network again, right? It's important that we do so. And then finally, we have how to take your hackathon idea to the next level. This is kind of like the in-between, right? The in-between between the hackathon and the incubator, right? This is where we give way more information about what's up with the incubator. And then office hours. And on the 25th of June, we have the submission deadline. The exact time zone, again, will be in the participants guide, don't worry. And then we'll take a week for judging, 2 weeks for judging, and then we'll have a closing ceremony on the 7th of July. So this is kind of like the quick rundown on what to expect for the events. Now, I do highly encourage all of you to attend the events because so we are doing a little fun thing, right? So for every event that you attend, right, you will receive a POAP, right? So POAP, what is a POAP? Think of it as digital badges that prove that you've done stuff, right? And each of this, so this thing is lovingly done by the creative team on our side, and each of the POAP is different, and each of the POAP has a mystery letter inside, right? Combine all of the words, and on submission day, you'll get swag. So do come to our workshops, our sessions, and you will get your POAP so that you can show off to your friends and say, hey, look at my badge, all right? It's cool. I guarantee you it's going to be very pretty, right? Yep. Shout out to my designer. Okay, so prizes and judging criteria. Now we come to the portion where we talk about how you can win, right? So first of all, the grand prize is 20K USD, right? Followed by 15, 10, 3, and 2. This is for the main challenge. We do have bounties, which I'll talk a bit later. So this is kind of like the quick overview of what the prizes will be. Secondly, right, we have the best of tracks. Well, what do you mean by that? Like, what are best of tracks, right? So for example, if you choose to create something within sustainability, and if it happens that your solution is the best in the track, for example, sustainability, you'll get an additional 10K, all right? So this is to encourage all of you to come up with really, really meaningful and impactful ideas, right? Not just for the sake of it, but also, something that will change the world, right? We're all about changing worlds here, fellas. A quick run through the judging criteria. So the judges will be judging it against 7 different criteria. First of all, is innovation, right? Innovation meaning how new your idea is. It doesn't have to be completely new, right? In the sense that it doesn't have to be completely novel. It could be a twist on an old idea, right? It's up to you to figure out how. Now, feasibility, right? And because one of the focus of our hackathon is to kind of like discover the next world changing application or decentralized application, right? We do want to see ideas that are feasible, right? From a business standpoint, right? So we will put weightage on how and whether it's a feasible business, because after all, if you guys come up with a great idea, we are committed to incubate it to help you guys succeed. Execution, okay. So the difference between feasibility and execution is that feasibility is from business standpoint, right? Execution is from an application standpoint, meaning, right, is your application something that's on par or similar to what you see out there, like meaning other the applications, maybe, right? So execution is important. Integration, so we want something that makes sense, right? Meaning, you want solutions that leverage DLT completely, right? It should make sense in the sense that you shouldn't have just one kind of platform and then you slap, right, DLT on it. That's not it. That shouldn't be it either, anyways. Now, validation, right? What does it mean? Have you tested with users? This is important, and this is something that we don't usually see in hackathons, but this time around we do it because once again, it's something that we would like to support, right, as an ongoing thing. So validation, meaning, right, if you have tested it with users, if you have reached out to some kind of organization to partner up with, wonderful, absolutely wonderful, right? Imagine you're solving a problem for your local community. You reach out to your local community, say, hey, use this. What do you think? If they say great, then wow, that's great validation points right there. All right. Now, success, how impactful is this to Hedera? Like, how much does it further the ecosystem, right? Okay, so the success can mean a lot of things, but in this case, like, how much does this application kind of like help Hedera's ecosystem as a whole? Does it integrate well? Does it, well, integrate is the wrong word. Does it mesh well with the rest of the dApps and applications out there? Right, that's one. And finally, your pitch. So we'll be submitting a pitch, right? And this pitch, again, will be assessed. So think of the entire judging criteria as a very holistic criteria, right? So it's going to be exciting. So for those of you, so folks out there, right, technical folks, you need to pair up with not just fellow technical folks, but also do pair up with entrepreneurial folks as well, right? Okay, submission rules. Now, what do you need to prepare, like on submission day? Again, all these things, right, which I say, if you forget, don't worry, because it'll be present in the participants guide, which I'll be running through with all of you later, right? But this is, yeah, I gotta run through this. Yeah, so 3 things. GitHub repository means that your code has to be fresh, right? Your code has to be fresh, and ideally it shouldn't build on an existing or forked repository. Okay, just make sure it's legit. Now, of course, during submission, you should also describe what your project is all about in the README file, right? And finally, a 3-minute pitch video. So these submission artifacts, once again, will be reminding you guys throughout, so don't worry about it. The 3-minute pitch video, just record yourself on screen, showing the demo or whatever. 3 minutes, sometimes you might think it's short, but it's not that short. There's many things you can share within 3 minutes, definitely. Okay, and then list of tech stack use. This is what like for example, if your stack is I don't know, MEAN or versus LAMP, these are the different stacks available, right? So you need to list them down. And then finally, the project link so that the judges can go and like play around with it. All right. Okay, so these are the 5 submission requirements that you have. Quick rundown on the submission rules. No harmful code. That means like if the judges run it, they shouldn't get infected with malware. Rights. So don't violate rights. Meaning you shouldn't violate any like copyright stuff, right? And even though I make it sound like it's a very serious thing, just make sure you guys have fun learning. All right, it's very important that especially you guys are here for many reasons, right? Apart from the very attractive prizes that Hedera has sponsored, it's also important that you all enjoy learning, right? And well, as mentioned, fresh code, right? We will be looking at your commit dates, so try not to build stuff like before. Yep. Positive intent. We're all about good here, so don't be mean, okay? Don't be rude. I feel like there's a lot of words that I should be saying about this, but I shouldn't because it'd be rude, right? Because it's quite ironic. Nothing that's against the law. So no one built anything related to things that break the law, right? So no illegal gambling, no trafficking, nothing whatsoever, nothing bad. Okay, so mentors. A quick rundown on the mentors. So we have so Nico and Matt here will be one of your mentors during the hackathon, right? Along with all of their wonderful colleagues. So throughout you'll see some of them, right? You see some of them in the sessions. But during the mentor office hours, your teams will be able to schedule a session to well, say hello to them, right? And learn from them, right? Yep. Now, getting started, right, over here, now that I've said all these things, right, how do we get started? You might be wondering. So, the best way to get started, folks, all of you, if you haven't done so, right, please register for the hackathon, right? I mean, the reason for that is you don't want to be in a situation where you win and you realize you're actually not registered for the hackathon. That's terrible, okay? So, every one of you must register for it, and then after that, of course, join the Discord. Right, so Discord is where you'll be doing a couple of things. You'll be getting the most recent news. You'll be having banter with with fellow participants. You will be forming teams over there. So far, I've been helping people. I've been facilitating team formation on Discord. So if you haven't found a team yet, right, head on there, introduce yourself, and then I will do, I will do what's necessary to kind of like pair all of you up. Okay, so no worries. The hackathon calendar is over at the participants guide. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just show you what's within the participants guide. Okay, just a quick one. So welcome to the participants guide. This is actually why, yeah, it's okay. Anyway, don't, this is what you see. So once you register, you will get a link in your email, right, to the participants guide and also to join the Discord. So a few things you need to do.
Hey Jackie, sorry,
Yes.
Matt wanted
Yes.
to share some stuff regarding
Oh,
the
sorry. Yes.
resources.
Okay.
No worries.
That's all right. All good, all good. I just wanted to take a couple of minutes, if I could, just to add to a couple of things that you've shared, Jackie. There's a hell of a lot of really good housekeeping that you've covered off around the hackathon, the rules, etc. as well. I just wanted to touch on for everybody in terms of why the hackathon and why this is being run as an event, so you can kind of contextualize it a little bit too. For Hedera, it's really important for us that we support our developer community and business community out there that are looking to come over to the network. Earlier before the hackathon, we've had sort of part one of this experience, which is been around Learn and Earn and the sort of self-directed learning campaign on StackUp. And that was a really important piece for people that were really new to the network and wanted to find out how to build on Hedera and learn a little bit about what development looks like on Hedera as well. This second part of that experience is really about providing you with further support to help you go from understanding how to build using the Hedera technology, but then going through that ideation process, like Jackie talked about earlier, actually finding an idea that's got merit, got sustainability, got viability to it, and is validated, so that you can kind of go through this and be best positioned for success when you get to the end of it. So it's really important to us because one of the things that we kind of see quite often in a hackathon is that we might get people that come in, get really excited, but then kind of lose focus a little bit around kind of what the idea is. And we've had all sorts in terms of demo projects submitted or sample codes submitted that's actually our own work. And that's obviously not what we want to see. We want to see your creativity come through. And we're going to support you through that with the workshops that Jackie's talked about as well. So I know that there's been some great work going through in those workshops. You've got one on the intro to Hedera, how to build on it, all of that sort of stuff, a code along experience, how to navigate the docs. I'm doing a session on ideation, so I'm really going to make sure that you've got a really solid view as to what makes a great idea. And the one thing around that I would really kind of encourage you to check out as well is in that participant's guide, there is a rubric that will essentially give you the secret sauce to what it is that we're looking for with what you submit to us. Look at that, refer to it, find out what it is that makes a great submission and what makes a great idea and a great project as part of the hackathon. That will tell you everything that you really need to know in there. And we're going to refer back to that through the workshops as well as we need to. But finally, without wanting to waffle too much on it, by the end of the hackathon, I'm hoping that you're going to be in a position where you've had two great sort of parts of the experience. You've got an idea that you're willing to sort of play with and further, and have had time to validate a little bit with the sort of market community, your target audience. And then, like Nico said earlier, you've then got this amazing opportunity to step into the space of doing an incubator off the back of this too. So with this three-part experience that we've put out for the community, it's really about being able to go from not knowing anything through to being set up to being able to be successful on the network, and maybe even looking to accelerate and to grow an idea through to being an actual use case that you'd look to deploy into production. So it's a really exciting opportunity, and I want you guys to embrace it and grab hold of it with all the enthusiasm that you can. You will have some great mentors from Swirlds Labs as well. So just represent to the developer advocates and the developer evangelists in our team that are going to be there to support you through this process. Take advantage of that. You're getting hands-on experienced folks from our business to help support you going through building your projects, right? So if ever there was a time to navigate understanding what it is that, how you approach something, what ways to actually apply the technology, now is your time to get those answers that you need. Okay, so absolutely tap into that and enjoy it. Enjoy the sessions that are there. And I'm going to bounce the mic back over to Jackie to carry on with the awesome work that he's doing. But I just wanted to share that with you because it's so important that this is a holistic experience that you're getting the opportunity to enjoy. So grab onto it, enjoy it, and sort of make the most of it as you get the chance to connect with Hedera and to build out something that's truly exciting for it. So yeah, I'll just hand back over to Jackie. Thanks for that.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Matt, for the elaboration. So for those of you who haven't gone through the Stack Up campaign, do check out the resources to do so because they contain a very good introductory primer into entering the ecosystem. It's very useful. So it's kind of like early access, right? So we have given instructions there to sign up for it too, and then you can go through the campaign and get yourself acquainted. Doesn't take too long to get everything up, like get yourself up to speed based on the Stack Up resources. So I highly encourage you if you have teammates who really want to know more and don't really know a structured way to do it, so head on to Stack Up. Now, as mentioned, the mentors are amazing, right? Because when you check out the mentors over here, you can see like what they do, not just what they do, but what kind of skills they have, along with the particular track that they will be able to help you in. So I think personally, when I look at hackathons, right, like in the past, a pattern that emerges is that like the more you engage the more you engage the mentors, right, the better your product will be, and the higher the chance that you get a very good product. Of course, it also means you win now, but that's not the whole point, right? Or is it? Jing, jing, jing. Okay, cool. So thank you, everyone. And let's see, apart from that, I think we are more or less almost done with this, right? So we are quite on time. In fact, slightly early, right?